Have you ever reached a role you once dreamed about? Good title, solid pay, healthy work-life balance, only to feel like your growth has quietly stalled? It's a strange mix. Pride that you made it here, and a restlessness you can't quite name. Welcome back to The Strategic Thinker, or TST for short. If you're a regular, thank you. Your support truly shapes this community. And if you're here for the first time, I'm glad you found us. TST is a sanctuary for your mind, a calm place away from the noisy world where you can slow down, think deeply, and reset your direction. Every conversation here is designed to help you accelerate your path to greatness on your terms, at your own pace. So wherever you are on your journey, I hope this time gives you space to dream, reflect, and build the next chapter with purpose. If you'd like to go deeper, I invite you into the listening room. Inside the listening room, members are the first to listen, receive private conversations not shared publicly, and are occasionally gifted with strategic tools that make the ideas practical. It's a curated space for strategic thinkers, a quiet circle away from the noise designed to sharpen your path to greatness. Join the waitlist today at maisontst.com/listening room. I'm Alan, your host, and each episode we dive into frameworks and real-world examples to help you grow with clarity, strategy, and heart. Let's dive in. A few years ago, I moved into what looked like a dream senior role at a growing consumer goods company. The title felt good. The pay bump was always welcome. The company was expanding, so in theory, the runway was there. I had flexibility, a supportive team, and a schedule that still let me spend time on Maison TST. For the first 6 months, I rode the wave. I led a major program, worked closely with senior leaders, and felt I was in the room where the big decisions happened. But gradually, something shifted. After a big presentation one afternoon, I walked back to my desk, feeling flat. The project had landed well. I hit all my talking points. My inbox was full of polite, well-done notes, but instead of the buzz I used to feel after a win, there was a quiet question in the back of my mind. What's next? The more I thought about it, the more I realized the ladder above me wasn't very tall. Because of the company structure, there were only a handful of roles to move into, and most of them wouldn't be opening anytime soon. The variety I craved wasn't going to come naturally here. At the same time, life outside of work was stable. The pay was steady. My calendar was reasonable. Maison TST was growing. From the outside, it was a good job in every sense. And that's exactly what made the decision harder. A friend said something that stuck. You are asking too much from your job. At first, I resisted. But the more I sat with that thought, the more it reframed my thinking. Instead of expecting one role to meet every need, I could think in terms of a portfolio of jobs. My day role, my passion projects, and the skills I wanted to develop. That mindset shift changed how I approached each week. I didn't have to throw everything up in the air to grow. I could keep the stability while creating stretch in other parts of my work life. And that's when I decided to put the P.A.R loop into action. Not as a theory, but as a tool to keep me moving in a situation that could easily have kept me still. So how does the P.A.R loop fit into a situation like this? If you joined me in episode 26, you'll remember that we broke down the P.A.R loop, plan, act, reflect in detail. That episode was the blueprint. Today, I want to show you how it looks like when the blueprint meets real life. Because when I realized I might have plateaued, I didn't want to leap blindly or burn a bridge. I wanted a way to keep growing without losing the stability that mattered to me at this point. That's exactly the kind of challenge the P.A.R loop was built for. Let's recap. It works like this. Plan. Define one focus area where you want to make progress. Act. Spend most of your time executing the plan while logging both effort and emotion. Reflect. Step back and review what's working, what's bringing you joy, what's draining you, and where the next small improvement lies. It's not a one-time sprint. It's a cycle you can run as often as you need in any part of your life. And that's the key. P.A.R works even inside a good job that feels too comfortable. In my case, I wanted to keep my corporate role for stability but designed a path for growth that wasn't dependent on promotions that might never come. The P.A.R loop gave me a way to do that without getting stuck in endless thinking mode. Over the rest of the episode, we'll walk through the comfort trap as a live case study of the P.A.R loop in action. In plan, we will run a quick audit to find growth gaps hiding in plain sight. In act, we will explore small, low-risk experiments to restore momentum. In reflect, we will review our results so you can decide whether to persist, pivot, or park your current path. This isn't theory anymore. This is what happens when you put it in action. Grab a notebook if you want to follow along, and let's begin with plan. Plan. Finding the gaps that comfort hides. When you are in a comfortable role, the danger isn't burnout. It's drift. Everything looks fine on the surface, but under the water, small currents are pulling you off course. The first step in the P.A.R loop is to name those currents clearly so you can decide where to row. Here's how I did it. I grabbed a fresh page and split it into two columns, earn and spend. In earn, I list what my role gave me. A steady income that supported my family, predictable hours that left space for building Maison TST on the side, the credibility of a respected title and company name. In spend, I tracked what it quietly cost me. Energy dips from repetitive work that no longer stretched me. Skills stagnating because projects felt like deja vu. Fewer chances to expand my network outside my immediate team. The trick is to go beyond money and name the other currencies that matter: energy, time, growth, and optionality. When I scored each currency from +2 to -2, the pattern was obvious. In this case, energy, 0. Comment, not drained, but not energized. Time, +1. Comment, plenty of space for life outside of work. Growth, -2. Comment, no steep learning curve anymore. Optionality, -1. Comment, recruiters were starting to see me as locked in to one lane. That -2 on growth told me exactly where to focus my next step in the loop. So I picked 3 small but deliberate tasks to work on over the next cycle. Number 1, seed network. Schedule a coffee or lunch with my network or speak to a recruiter at least once a month. Not to ask for a job, but to share ideas, learn from their path, and keep relationships warm. Number 2, portfolio learnings. Spend 1 hour a week learning and applying a new skill across my portfolio of jobs, my day role, Maison TST, or any other personal projects. Number 3, market scan. Keep an open mind and watch the job market for opportunities that could align with my bigger dream, even if I'm not actively applying. These tasks aren't huge leaps. They are designed to be realistic inside my current job, small enough to start right away, but pointed directly at my biggest gap. And that's the beauty of the P.A.R loop. We are not making a 12-month plan. We are making a short list that gets us moving. Now that we've planned, let's move into act and put these into motion. This is where most plans fall apart. Not because we don't know what to do, but because we get caught judging our progress before we've even built momentum. In the act phase of the P.A.R loop, the rule is simple. Do the thing, then write down what happened. For my comfort trap plan, let's recap the tasks. 1, sit network, which is a coffee or lunch with someone in my network at least once a month. 2, portfolio learnings, spend 1 hour learning and applying a new skill. 3, market scan, keep an open mind and watch the job market for opportunities. When I worked on each task, I logged 2 quick things in my notebook. Effort, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much energy or focus did it take? Emotion, on a scale of 1 to 10 again, how did I feel during or after doing it? Alternatively, how much joy did I get out of it? With 10 being the highest level of joy. Remember, no analysis yet. That comes in the reflect step. Here's what my week looked like. Seed network. Sent a LinkedIn message to a past colleague. Scheduled a coffee for next Tuesday. Effort 3, emotion 8. Portfolio learning. Watch a 30-minute tutorial on newsletter management, then applied it to an upcoming Compass newsletter. Effort 5, emotion 7. Market scan. Browse job openings on Sunday evening. Noticed 2 roles that match my skills in industries I hadn't even considered. Effort 2, emotion 6. Notice something? These actions didn't demand hours of free time or huge sacrifices, but by the end of the week, I had real movement to review. Movement I could measure, learn from, and track progress. That's why ACT is often 70 to 80% of the whole cycle. The doing creates the data. Without it, we are just guessing. Next comes reflect, where the real insight happens. If ACT is about creating data, reflect is about reading it with clear eyes. This is the step most people skip, but it's only about 10 to 20% of the time investment. And it's where the real strategy lives. At the end of the week, I look back at my notes for each task. This is what reflection might be like. Seed network. Effort 3, emotion 8. Low effort, high reward. This is a green light to keep going. Portfolio learning, effort 5, emotion 7. It felt energizing, but the learning session could be more focused. Next time, pick a smaller, clearer skill to apply in one sitting. Market scan, effort 2, emotion 6. Easy to do, mildly interesting, but I noticed I skipped reading the full role descriptions. That's a sign I'm not truly ready to act here yet. From this reflection, a few patterns surfaced. Networking gave me a bit more energy than I expected. It's a clear growth engine. Plus, I'm energized by finding out what my connections are up to. Portfolio learning is valuable, but needs tighter scope to keep momentum. Market scanning is worth keeping light touch for now, until the situation shows a greater need to pivot. The goal here isn't to pat myself on the back or beat myself up. It's to close the loop with clarity so the next week's plan is sharper. For me, that meant doubling down on network coffees this particular month, choosing one specific area to improve on before next month, limiting market scans to once every 2 weeks, freeing space for deeper learning time. This is the magic of the reflect phase. It's where small, honest insights compound over time. And when you run the loop again, you are no longer starting from scratch. The P.A.R. loop isn't just a way to manage a goal. It's a way to keep moving when the dream feels distant, when the job feels too comfortable, and when the next big leap isn't yet clear. There's a saying I come back to often. The chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to break. And that's the nature of the comfort trap. It doesn't announce itself with alarms. It settles in quietly. One routine task, one familiar week, one safe choice at a time. We tell ourselves we're being responsible. We tell ourselves it's just not the right time to shake things up. And sometimes that's true. There are seasons in life where stability is a gift. But here's the risk. We mistake the absence of pain for the presence of growth. The real danger isn't that comfort is bad. The danger is that it's good enough to stop us from moving at all. I've seen people stay in roles that no longer challenge them for 5, even 10 years, telling themselves they will look again next year. By the time they finally decided to move, their network had cooled, their skills had narrowed, and their confidence in taking a leap had faded. So here's my encouragement to you. Check your own temperature. Look at your calendar, your energy levels, and your sense of progress. Are you moving toward the life you want? Or just orbiting the same safe circle? And if you find yourself stuck in a safe circle, don't wait for a crisis to force your hand. Use P.A.R. loop we've covered last episode and today to break inertia one small step at a time. This week, I encourage you to plan at least one action that will stretch you, even slightly. Act on it. Track both your effort and emotion or joy. Reflect on whether it pulled you closer to the future you want, and adjust your plan as needed. Because the way out of comfort is probably not a giant leap. It's the first step taken to get things in motion. As we wrap up today's conversation, remember this: comfort isn't the enemy, but it can quietly become a cage if you let it. You now have a simple, repeatable way to test whether you are moving toward your dream. The P.A.R. loop, use it to plan small, meaningful actions, act without overthinking, and reflect before the weeks blur together. Well, we should be pretty happy to be in a good job. I would be. But if you are in the comfort trap, you don't have to burn everything down. You just have to start moving intentionally and in a way that opens new possibilities while keeping the stability you value. If this episode helped you, share it with someone who might be feeling the same quiet heat under the pain. These conversations work best when they ripple outward. Next time on The Strategic Thinker, we will discuss taking more calculated risks, which complements the comfort trap we've just covered. After that, we are kicking off the next Path to Greatness series. You hold the power to shape your destiny. Strategic thinking is your compass. We will build an amazing future, one thoughtful decision at a time. Until next time, keep getting better every day.